Hi everyone, it's Tanya from Cup of Cha, the place for all those tea addicts, tea lovers to build your tea knowledge. Today we're looking at how to begin your tea journey when you're buying online or in a tea shop.
Welcome to Cup of Cha's Tea Guide. If this is your first time visiting us, then may we help you? Are you not sure where to start, or are you confused by the selection of teas? Well, let us take you on a tea journey through black, green, white, oolong and pura teas for something different, along with our caffeine-free options. And you will feel more confident that you are ordering a very special tea.
So you want to begin your tea journey, and one way of doing that is trying teas or buying online. And some tea companies will offer you samples. Now this is a good option, but it is a more expensive way to buy tea, and that is because of the amount of packaging involved and the time just even to put together a small amount of tea compared to a larger amount of tea. And the other consideration with samples is you still don't know which teas you want to sample, because even sample pricing can really add up. So the other option is to look at the descriptions that the tea company do for you, and that can be good. But, you know, if they do more than 3 descriptions, you're starting to realise that it's more about marketing than the actual flavour of tea. But it's also the way you taste tea is different, possibly, to the way they taste tea. So I found when I had a tea cafe in Camberwell for a few years that I found there was the repeat of certain questions when tea people or people would come in and they'd want to try different tea. And I found that there was these questions that I would ask time and time again. And these are the questions that I'm going to share with you now. From these questions that I developed my Cup of Cha tea guide, which you find on the website.
Let's start with your regular tea. What do you always reach for? You're not sure? If it's a black tea, do you drink it with milk? And do you prefer a strong or weak tea? We recommend you try Trio of Black or Diong Hong Gong Fu. If you like your black tea straight up, try Golden Peacock or Formosa Bonita. These black teas are perfect to pair with food for a wake-me-up and to sustain your day.
So the first question from me was always, what is your go-to tea? What is the tea you think of when you go, let's have a cuppa? You know, for me, it's always a strong black tea with a dash of milk. It has to be a certain tan, a nice tan colour, and 1 sugar. That's how I start my day, because that's how I was brought up and that's what I grew up with. That's my familiar go-to tea. Black tea is the most consumed tea in the world. And what I found with black tea, you're either a tea drinker with milk or you're a straight tea drinker. You either have it strong or you have it weak. These were the very common type of areas. And from there, I could offer suggestions. So if you're a stronger milk drinker, black tea drinker with a dash of milk, then you could look at a stronger Chinese black tea that would appeal to you that necessarily didn't have milk. And that would be like your one step to the side, still within that nice little safety zone. After that is green tea family. So let's consider the green tea people and look at the questions that I would ask if you were a green tea person.
Do you normally turn to a green tea? If yes, do you prefer robust or light and delicate tea? We recommend you try Eyebrow or Mao Feng. These green teas are wonderful with chili or curry-based foods and can be sipped all day. Our other green tea option is our Sencha. For something different, why not try it chilled with strawberries? If you're not eating, we suggest you try a white tea. It is the lightest of the flavours and gentle on your stomach. We love Silver Needles.
So after looking at the tea guide, you can see that I would consider whether you are a robust green tea drinker or whether you would prefer a light, more delicate green tea. What I found is if people didn't like green tea, it's because they had tried the green tea bags, and those people would prefer to try the light and more delicate green teas. If people are green tea bag drinkers and they enjoyed the tea, then they would prefer a good robust, or they would enjoy a Japanese tea with that more marine type of flavours. And then if people were a green tea drinker but they were looking for something a bit lighter, then I would suggest the white teas. And from there, obviously, to try something completely different was the oolongs or the pu'ers were the other options for people.
Would you like to try something different? Then we would introduce you to our oolong and pu'er teas. Both are perfect to enjoy alongside yum cha and dinner, as they are a great aid for digestion. Why not start with a pao chong or tung ting, or indulge in a pu'er tea?
I did find some people would say yes, they had tried an oolong, and then I usually had to just ask a few more questions like, where did you try your oolong? And a lot of times it was Hong Kong, so that usually told me that it was a baked oolong in some form, because we all know that oolongs come in a big family. And of course, in any tea guide, you must give your caffeine-free option. And for me, I always suggest try the chrysanthemum tea, which I think is a really lovely option if you are a chamomile type drinker. And the other one is if you want the caffeine-free but you want your milk, then rooibos is definitely the one to go.
But if you're interested in something with no caffeine, we have two options for you. For something light, try our chrysanthemum tisane. It is a great lift, particularly during cold and flu season. Our rooibos is for something stronger but without the caffeine, and it can be drunk with milk. So where has your tea journey led you?
So I hope today's episode has helped you a little bit when you want to start that tea journey. Sometimes it's not about the flavours that you like, it is about what you like already in your tea, and just taking that one little step to the side to make it a little bit safer, especially if you're buying online and you just buy the smaller quantities. To take a big leap of faith, if you're a black tea drinker and you have it with milk and a sugar, and then you go out and try a Sheng pu'er, that's really going to be so far different for you that it would take some time to get used to it, especially if it was a young Sheng. So these are just some options, and now you understand a little bit of how my cup of cha tea guide came about. I hope that helps you a little bit more. I look forward to some questions. I look forward to hearing from you on your thoughts about this one. So if you enjoyed it, please give me the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.